Dymond Guilford, U23 Nationals champion. How you feeling?
I there's not enough words. I feel great. I just feel great, very happy.
How many times have you and Breakfast wrestled?
Well, we were on the same high school team, so we never really wrestled there because we're different weight classes. But once we got into college, it had to happen at least twice a year, so probably 8 times now. So yeah.
You got her the last 2 senior nationals and here, and there both times.
Yeah.
You know, can you walk us through your pin today?
Well, I don't really practice pins, if I'm being honest. It's just more of a feeling for me. So if I feel like they're off balance and I feel like I have a lot of leverage, then I'm able to actually go for a throw and such. So that's the purest form of wrestling that is in me, is the pins, because I don't practice throws. I practice techs overall. So it's really sweet when I can get a pin every now and then and just like in the match.
So how'd you set this one up?
Set up this pin?
Yeah.
Sorry, it's gonna take me a second. I run through.
No, it's tough remembering coming right off the mat.
Yeah. Wrestling's a lot of feeling, as I said before. So when it came to this pin, I believe that she shot in on me, and I was able to down block. I got one arm under and one arm over, and I didn't even think about it. I was just like, and turn the tables, and that was basically it. If anything, I would have loved to go for a tech fall. And coming back from the center, we were at 8-4, so I knew I need to go and get 6 more points to go and finish the match, because that's what I'm constantly looking for, is those 10-point gaps, not only for my conditioning as I go on to the higher levels, but also just so I can try a new technique, try to get my points in different ways and such.
Yeah. So you were about as dominant as you could be today. You know, two technical falls and a spin. Are you happy with your performance?
Actually, it's never my performance I'm looking at. It's always my growth. Like, that's literally what I nitpick over every day at practice. Like, I'll have a good practice, but I'll come from that frustrated because I'm just like, I just want to grow. I want to get better. I don't care what point I'm at, whether that was at college, whether it's at the senior level, it's at the other. I'm always looking for growth. So I'm very happy that I showed some growth today, and especially even from the last tournament, senior nationals. There was a lot of things that I had to build on from there, and I was able to implement them here, and I was so happy. So yeah.
So obviously, COVID has impacted the ability to compete and opportunities to get out there and wrestle people. Where have you seen the most growth during this time period?
My mindset, if I'm being honest. If I'm going to be honest, before we hit the quarantine period, I had just gotten so lost in the sauce of wrestling. Like, I knew I loved it. I knew I didn't want to quit, but I was burning myself out because I wasn't prioritizing the various other things in my life that make my life complete. So during quarantine, we all had to go back home. I got to go and be with my family, and being with them made me realize, yes, I love wrestling, and these are other things I love. I love my family. I love my hair. So those 3 things I tried to keep up to the top, the tippity top. And so far in my wrestling life, I've been back on the mat for maybe 3.5 months now. My heart's been full, if I'm being honest. Like, I've been talking to my family every day. I've been wrestling every day. Like, even wrestling alone right now is a blessing to me. And I've been braiding up my hair every day for practice, for a competition, and my hair's starting to grow again. So those 3 things are like complete. So I'm very happy.
So do you think that's more of just like a general appreciation for everything, or do you think that's more of like a priority shifting around type of thing?
It was both. Basically both. Priority-wise, I used to always just place wrestling in front of relationship, family, and everything, because I didn't believe that you could balance being at such a high level and having all these things, right? But then I got to meet people like Alan Gray and Tamara Mrs. Stockholm around almost every day. And they both have husbands. They both live full and complete lives. Well, modified lives because of quarantine and COVID, but full lives. And they're able to balance that all while winning world championships. So the blessing that COVID's brought to my life is that I was able to take a step away from wrestling and just fit in all the puzzle pieces, how I can grow in wrestling, but also grow in me being able to talk to my little sister and my brothers and stuff. And then again, my hair. So yeah, I'm so serious about it.
That's awesome. That's really cool. So obviously no U23 Worlds this year, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But what does it mean for you to come out and win a U23 title and be able to see the growth, that you're hoping that you're showing over the past couple months?
Well, 2 years ago, I didn't go U23s because I didn't know much about it, and because I had a test that I prioritized over it. Then the next year, I went to U23, took third, and this year I was like, I want it all. Like I want everything that I've been working for. So like no matter how bad my body feels, I'm just gonna go off and recover better. No matter how bad my mental state is, I'm gonna tell myself the truth, which is that I'm strong, I'm fast, and I'm quick. And I'll repeat those things during my matches when I start to feel doubt come in. And I forgot the question, but that's basically my mindset coming into U23 tournament and just being able to win it this year. Oh, last year I came home with no world teams, and it was a struggle in itself. But now that I get to come home with at least this title right here, it means a lot.
So we've got, Olympic team trials in the not too distant future. What's it look like for you now and then?
A lot of quarantining and a lot of training, basically. I'm going to try to connect myself with as many people as possible. So if you listen to this right now, hear my voice. I'm just trying to get training in, just to get better, get different perspectives. If anybody was to hit me up on Facebook and be like, oh, you can do this, I definitely ask my coaches about it, and then we try to implement it. Like, I'm very open like that. And basically just train quarantine until we get to that finals match, basically.
Yeah. So, domestically, you've got probably the best wrestler in the world, Adeline Gray, in your class. Is that something you think about? And and you said she's someone that you're around a lot. You train with. What is that like? Knowing that like, hey, to get that Olympic team spot and to reach my goals, I'm going to have to be the best wrestler in the world. Just to get there.
Well, I basically think about, because usually we're in the same practice gym together, unless she decides she wants to go train somewhere else, and I'm just like, okay. And I get to wrestle with her, and it's really helped me establish boundaries, if anything else. And then me separating that teammate to competitor to the person, right? So we're just gonna go out there and be like, the best wrestler wins. The person with the best mindset, the best technique, the best positioning is going to win. So I feel like that kind of takes it out of my hands and out of my head personally, because then all I have to do is think about positioning. All I have to do is think about staying on my feet, wrestling, not getting pinned. Like, it makes it so much easier to wrestle out there when it's not me versus her, but my good position or trying to get her out of position versus her trying to stay in position type deal. Yeah.
Yeah. So again, you're still U23 eligible.
Yes.
So like technically, like not a junior, but like kind of an age group, like transitioning out of the age group,
yeah,
full-time senior level wrestler. So when did that become like, okay, like I'm not an age group level wrestler, I'm going to be competing with Adeline Gray versus like Adeline Gray is my hero, best wrestler. Or was there a moment like that, or was she always a competitor?
She was always a competitor to me, if I'm being honest. Yeah. I did not actually learn about all this age group stuff and junior stuff until I was on the junior national team a couple years ago. And that's when I finally started to learn about all this. And then since then, I was like, I'm gonna go and be a great international wrestler. I'm gonna bring my gold medals for the United States, this, that, and the other, right? So like, as I'm trying to find out which weight class I work best at, this, that, and the other, I just view everybody as competitors, and then we go back to, instead of me versus her, my position versus her position, my mental fortitude versus hers, this, that, and the other, right? So coming in, and wow, I'm really forgetting all these questions. I am so sorry.
No,
I feel like I'm going on a tangent.
Good answers. So
okay.
You must know.
But it's never been, oh, I'm too young for this. It's always been, I'm going to step up to whatever plate is presented to me. And that's got me here. So yeah.
All right, and I gotta ask, because you brought it up a couple times. What's like the best hair secret you've learned over quarantine?
Okay, so I'm a dreadhead. I have locks for hair. My hair is locked up for all my lock community people in the wrestling world. And the best thing that you can do for your hair is braid it up. And not only braid it up, but I'm gonna give you guys a sneak peek. It might look bad in the back. Okay, not only braid it up, but also tie the braids together in the back so then the braids don't come loose individually. And that'll keep your hair intact. If anything, it'll make the dreads stronger. And it's like saved my hair because I have to cut my hair over quarantine because it was so messed up from wrestling. I cut it to right here, but now it's down to my shoulders because I've been braiding it no matter what practice is coming by. It saves my edges, no more receding hairline. It's all intact. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, hey, I hope someone watching that can glean a little advice and hopefully start some pretty sweet locks of their own.
Oh yeah.
But hey, congratulations, Dymond. Great performance. Looking forward to seeing you at both of these.
It's gonna be so great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's nice to meet you.